This is the Vivo T1 4G. 4G is the keyword. And I used this budget 4G phone for a day, and by the end of the video, we'll also talk about 5G and buying a 4G phone in 2022. By the way, this video is made in collaboration with Vivo. Now first off, you get a big box, and one thing is for sure, these days you and me both like big boxes. You get the phone, a case, 44-watt adapter, USB-A to Type-C cable, paperwork and SIM ejector tool. Now look at the back of the phone. Am I the only one who feels this looks like Tetris game? Like I had that handheld Game Boy that came in with 60 games in one. It looks like Tetris. Manu, doesn't like?
No.
Comment, back me up on this. Also, the same textured dotted finish is on the box, and even inside on this other components and paper. Like attention to detail, like whoever notices. I just noticed it while unboxing. Now, of course, you get a plastic back, plastic frame, quite expected in this price range. Also, you get one flagship feature in my opinion, headphone jack. So if you have a wired headphone, you can use it with your phone. Free. Now this is a 6.44-inch AMOLED display. It is a 60Hz display. You get Panda glass protection. And you know, in this price range, if you get a high refresh rate display, it is an LCD. So if it is an AMOLED, it is 60Hz. Now the display is actually good quality. Now you do get a water drop notch. I would say it would look more modern if it was a punch hole display, but trust me, with time, you just get used to the notch. Now you do get wideband L1, so Netflix and Prime Video runs at 1080p. Also, you get a single bottom speaker. So it is loud and decent for a single speaker, but it can be easily covered with your hand while you're watching a video this way. Now you get Snapdragon 680, which is a 6nm chip. Well, Pratik, how does 6nm matter? Well, generally the smaller the nanometer, the less energy wastage and heat produced, so better battery life. Now you get 4GB LPDDR4X RAM, 128GB UFS 2.2 storage. Now the interesting thing is you get dual SIM card slot plus dedicated micro SD card, and the base variant starts at 128GB. So if you're a storage monster, you're covered. Now the interesting part is performance of Snapdragon 680. See, in the CPU throttling test, it performs well. There isn't much throttling or heat. Even in AnTuTu, it scores 2,87,210. But game support is something which is logged in 680. Like you can only play BGMI at 30 FPS. But we'll play Apex Legends because new game friends. So in terms of graphics settings, you can go maximum normal graphics and high frame rates, and we'll also turn on FPS so you guys can see while we are playing. So it runs at 40 FPS, which is not bad. So actually the game is really fun to play, and you can see a bit of frame drops here and there, but overall the gameplay was smooth. So in terms of casual usage like WhatsApp, casual Instagram, Twitter, it performs well, but in terms of gaming and high performance, it's decent. Now you get a 50 megapixel main sensor, and we'll test it with Manu. So now if you see here at Manu's photo, it looks really bright, good, vibrant, and even if you zoom in 100%, there is enough sharpness. So the photos come out really good on the main sensor. Also, we took some portrait mode photos and the edge detection is quite average. If you zoom right in between Manu's finger, you can see there is a bit of miss, but it's quite good for this price range. And apart from the main sensor, of course, you get a 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth sensor, and this looks symmetrical. And maximum you can record 1080p 30 FPS, and this has EIS, so you can have a look at the stabilization. I'm walking behind Manu, so you can have an idea of that. And you also get this double exposure mode where you have certain presets which you can apply on top of your real image, like this original black and white, and you get this mountains or this starry night photo. And have a look, we took some photos like this, and if you like nail it pretty good and it's the right time, you can get actually good results. And in portrait mode, you have the option to change this bokeh style, so it looks kind of like heart, triangle, stars. Also, you get a front 16 megapixel selfie camera, and sometimes it takes like really good photos. Like you can see the skin tone over here, and even you can see the skin tone in these photos, quite natural. But at times it misses the HDR and the face looks a bit yellow. but at times it just takes like really good photos. But these days I've seen this camera module or the camera island is getting bigger and bigger, right? Now you get the latest FunTouch OS 12 based on Android 12. Now FunTouch OS, as you would know, is a lot basic now. You get notification settings on top, and at the side this is Google News. But I've seen in the budget Vivo phones, the animation, if you see, is skipped. Now one very interesting thing, this is called app pinning. So suppose Manu, you wanted my phone to Google something, here, take it. And now Manu cannot exit Google Chrome. See? He'll have to enter the password to exit Google Chrome. So this is how you deal with kids. But now you would be like, Pratik, app pinning is a part of Android since childhood. Well, yes, but somewhere in Android 12, Google has it disabled by default. So now you have to go to settings, search app pinning, and you have to turn it on. It's not turned on by default. And then you just have to go to app overview screen and tap on Chrome. And here you have the option to pin the app. And it's pinned now. Also, you get these lot of customizations. You can modify the fingerprint animation. You can even modify the phone close and open animation. See, now it comes from the side. So you have a whole list of animation customization options, and also you do get some bloatware which can be uninstalled. And for hot apps and hot games, you can go to settings, turn off hot apps and hot games. Now in terms of battery, you get a 5000 mAh battery. Now I use the phone for a day and it easily lasts 1.5 days. You get a 44 watt charger and it can go 100% in about 1 hour 15 minutes. And you get all the important sensor, plus you get 4G plus carrier aggregation. I checked it with my Jio SIM. Now before we get to the phone, the deal with 5G currently in India is the auctions, as per rumors, are once again delayed. And apart from Airtel, we haven't seen Jio or Vodafone talk much about 5G. So bold prediction, I still feel usable 5G is about year and a half away. So looking at 2022 smartphone launches, if you have a budget of 15,000 phone, you should go with a 4G phone. Now the Vivo T1 4G costs about 14,499. You get a 1,000 HDFC discount. Use it if you have it. And you can consider this 4G phone. Consider is the keyword here. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. I'll see you pretty soon. Pew pew.